Hi everyone, it's Blake again with Northwinds Wilderness School. Welcome back to another installment. Last week we had the opportunity to go visit some friends that we don't get to see nearly often enough. And while we were there, we had kind of a really cool conversation about sort of the underlying parts of what we do. When you teach primitive living skills or wilderness survival or bushcrafting or whatever you want to call it, there's a lot that goes into it, both on the face and in the sort of underneath or underside. And the parts that to me are the most interesting or the most intriguing are the underside or the underparts. And some of the things that we talked about were the soft approach, that being letting people make their own decisions or letting people come to learning in their own way rather than forcing it upon them. We talked a lot about awareness and mindfulness, which awareness is a very, very important skill that we're going to talk about a lot in the future. But anything you do that forces you into a position where you're maybe outside of your element or not comfortable is going to increase your awareness. And then what we talked about a lot was the underlying benefits of learning these skills, the things that you learn on accident. And that is what inspired me to make this video, is the things that are underlying, the things that you don't learn on purpose. So, let's give it a shot. When you study any nature-based skill or any self-reliance-based skill, there's inherent value. There's value in knowing how to start a fire. There's value in knowing how to use a knife. There's value in knowing how to tan a hide. How to do things for you to take care of yourself and your family has an inherent value. Being connected to nature, knowing your role in the natural world has inherent value. But those values are sometimes hard to convey to people in a way that makes sense to them. So by teaching these skills, we're helping you make your own connection, but most importantly, we're going to get to those underlying skills, the skills that you learn on accident. So I want to talk to you today about 4 underlying skills that just sort of happen when you study nature connection and self-reliance. And those are mindfulness, patience, perseverance, and confidence. There are many, but these 4 have really strong value that I want to help sort of convey to you to help you understand why there's value beyond the obvious in learning to be part of nature and to do things for yourself. The first is mindfulness. You've probably heard a lot about mindfulness in newspapers and on the radio and on TV and maybe where you work or maybe from your friends. It's sort of popular right now. And I think it's popular for several reasons. The sort of dark side of this is I think companies look at mindfulness as a way to increase productivity. I'm not into that. Don't care about it. The thing that I want to talk to you about is mindfulness, as in being present, being right here, right now in your life. A couple examples would be if you're having a conversation with your significant other. You're not worrying about bills that you have to pay or whether or not the car needs an oil change. You're focused on the conversation that you're having with your significant other in that moment. Or if you're playing baseball with your kids, you're not worrying about what you have to do at work the next day or whether or not your favorite sports team won or lost their game. You're focusing on playing with your kids, on being there in that moment. The benefit of this is that life happens right now. Life isn't next week or next month or next year, and you can't focus all of your energy on the future because you don't know whether or not the future is going to happen. Life happens right now, And when you start to focus on what's happening right now, your life will be more fulfilled. It'll have more meaning. And when we say mindfulness, that's what we mean. Mindfulness is one of the most valuable things that you can learn, whether it's from us, from some other school, on your own, from reading magazines, however you get your information. Mindfulness is a really important and really valuable skill for everybody to work on and to achieve. The next skill is patience. We live in a very strongly anti-patience society. In our world, patience is basically laughed at, but it is such an important thing. You need patience to learn something new. You need patience to practice something. You need patience to have a good relationship. You need patience if you have children. Anything that you do in your life is going to require patience. But unfortunately, we live in a society that teaches us to not be patient. For instance, you want groceries? Order it on Amazon. It's delivered to your house that day. You want pizza? Call Domino's, they'll bring you pizza. You want to watch a movie? You rent it on demand, you watch a movie right now. Everything that is happening in our world teaches us to not be patient. We see the news and Facebook and everything that comes into us from media is being fed to us in 20, 30, 40-second increments, which teaches us that everything should be fast and should happen right now. And we need to step away from that. We need to work on being patient, being mindful, being patient. These are both things that will improve your life. The next thing is perseverance. Very simply stated, perseverance is starting something and seeing it through till it's done. I have a huge problem with this personally. I tend to start a project and then start another one and then start another one and then start another one, and I'll find a year later that none of those projects are done. We are taught that things should be easy, but things aren't easy. Things have to be worked on, things have to be seen through, things have to be practiced. Whether you're building a new house or changing the oil on your car or learning how to start a fire, these things need to be seen through. Perseverance is a skill that is not innate to our current society, but it's one that's very important. You cannot expect the projects in your life or the activities in your life to finish themselves. You need to be able to get your mind around the fact that when you start a project, you're going to work on it till it's done. That's perseverance. The last one that I want to talk to you about is confidence. I wish that confidence was more a part of our lives today, but unfortunately it's not. I actually know people who won't try something they've never done before because they aren't confident they'll be good at it. The truth is, people are not born good at things. We're not good at sports, we're not good at making things, we're not good at cooking, we're not good at hunting, we're not good at fishing, we're not good at driving. We have to practice, we have to persevere, we have to be patient, we have to be mindful, and we have to learn. This is how we become confident. And a confident person is a person who can move through their lives, accomplish their goals, meet their expectations, and have a healthy and fulfilled life. We need to learn confidence. We need to practice confidence. The benefits that come from believing in yourself cannot be overstated. This is a skill or a state of being or a sense that a person feels about themselves that defines who they are and what they do in their lives. Confidence comes from mindfulness, patience, and perseverance. These are the 4 skills that happen from practicing the harder skills, the physical skills of making something, building something, doing something. It all ties in together. When you complete a task, any task, you will start to feel these 4 underlying skills happening in your life. For those of you who follow us regularly, I built a pair of buckskin pants over this past summer. And when I finished them, the underlying feelings that came with that were amazing to me. I felt confidence that I was able to actually finish a big project like that. Tanning the hides, making the pattern, cutting everything out, making the laces, putting the pants together helped me build my confidence as a craftsperson. Practicing patience to put those shorts together and persevering to finish took a lot of mindfulness. In reference to things that we teach, things that some of you may have learned, we teach moccasin making. And I'll tell you what, spending 8 hours sitting in a room, sewing on leather, and finishing the day with a pair of shoes that you made that you can wear that are art. It takes mindfulness to be there and participate. It takes patience to finish a project like that. It definitely will test your perseverance to get through that day. And when you finish and you see those moccasins that you can put on your feet, that you can walk home in, you will feel a sense of confidence and pride. Each skill that a person practices, whether it be moccasin making or friction fire, you want to try something that'll give you a sense of confidence and test your patience, learn friction fire. I think anyone who does friction fire will tell you that it will boost your confidence and test your patience. All of the skills around nature connection, around self-reliance, have these underlying skills, and there are way more than 4. There's just 4 that I want to highlight today. I'm not a huge fan of the term self-reliance. I think it's been so overused that people don't really understand what it means. I use it because in the context that we're talking about here, it makes sense. Self-reliance simply means relying on yourself. When you know how to tan hides into leather, you're self-reliant. When you know how to make your own fires, you're self-reliant. When you can hunt, fish, forage, make your own clothes, make your own shoes, these are all things that improve self-reliance. Nature connection is, in my opinion, the most important thing that a human being can do. We are right now in the first generation of humans that have arguably no measurable relationship with nature. And I believe that that is a major component of why there are so many problems and issues in our world. So when you practice self-reliance and nature connection, you're improving your life in so many ways. You reduce your reliance on the stores where we buy things, the big box stores where things are made by people in factories in China, and you start bringing that back to yourself. Plus, you reduce your reliance on money, which reduces your need to work, which improves your level of freedom and your quality of life. The underlying skills are just a benefit that comes with that. So what I'm trying to tell you is learning self-reliance and nature connection can realistically improve your life right now, today. You don't have to wait. There is no waiting period. It won't take you years to learn these things. You can learn them right now. If you found value in this video or you have any experience with this idea, let us know. Leave a comment below. Let us know on our Facebook page. If you know anyone that might find value in this video, please share it with them. I'm here to help people. I'm trying to spread confidence. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you watching these videos. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to our page. And again, thank you very much. Have a good day.